Hand of Yingsha. That's a break for Yingsha. Receive that comes up that high. Still a lot of spin, and it's not easy to take a high backhand. Uncomfortable shot with the body in the way for the backswing. Look how quick these forehands are off the bounce, and as soon as it opens up to the backhand side, there's Yingsha's coach, Zhang Qin. She goes with the backhand and plays it wide. That ball's just a millimeter higher. It goes over the net post and clips the back edge of the table in the corner. Even the sound of the contact is a little different for Ning than we're used to. Again, with different equipment, different vibrations, different sounds. Beautiful backhand, just a rip of a shot. The first towel break of the game, Yingsha up 5 points to 1. To generate that much power at that angle from a push that's a little bit above net height shows incredible skill out here. Now this is where Ning can be most effective, is taking the ball early off the bounce, changing up the angle from parallel to wide out. And that is a picture of Ning, a photograph taken. And also with experience, Ning's coach in the corner. Neither player in the corner, neither coach in the corner for the players. Has been a lot of coaching shift in the Chinese national team recently. Big point for Yingsha to hang on to her lead by 3. Being up 5-1 and then suddenly 6-5, or 5-4 rather, would change the momentum, maybe the mentality of the 16-year-old out here. So I feel that Ning, with experience, will be changing up the pace and placement for a lot of these shots, trying to break the rhythm of Yingsha, make it a little less comfortable for her to get the opening attack. We saw this with Timo Boll versus Harimoto yesterday, sometimes allowing the first attack to play for placement. The follow-up shot can be very effective. Ning so steady again with that backhand block. Try to keep the serves half long where she can.
5-6.
Look at this placement. It seems that Yingsha can go anywhere. She can play down the line, she can come around the ball. Really gets up in the air for this. Wouldn't recommend that for most people, but comes around the outside of the ball and still retracts the racket back to center right away. Quick recovery for such a full swing. Covers the middle with the forehand there. Saw a little apology, maybe the top of the net. 1.5 years between the coach and the player. Zhang Qin working with Yingsha. Deceptively heavy underspin. Now one thing, there's so many different skills that Yingsha has, but the racket speed she comes into the ball with also applies to her serve. Outstanding coverage, Yingsha gets it back. On top of the table with the backhand, the opening forehand attacks. She's so fluid and comfortable on the move. 5 game points for 16-year-old Yingsha. Oh, and finally a shot to finish it. Ning inside out forehand. That ball's not coming back, and there's Li Sun, the coach. So many balls quick off the bounce from Yingsha. Finally a risky ball that goes even wider, exiting the side of the table. That's what it's going to take from Ning. This is a signature of the left-handed player with the long wingspan. Two game points saved from Ning. We don't see Yingsha look too flustered, but her breathing there for just a moment. You could see a little bit of stress settling in at trying to exhale it out. 3 game points left for Yingsha. The timing seems a bit broken. The focus we've seen on a few occasions here. Yingsha in the rally. Instead of playing the wristy shot and coming over the ball quite as much, left with a mid, sort of a punch shot, 80%. It looks like we might get a reverse tomahawk here. And a service error. It's one way to go down. Ding Ning's facial expression said it all. She tried, but it's 11-8. Yingsha takes game 1 over the world champion and Olympic gold medalist Ding Ning. We'll be back for game number 2 right after this. Again, only a week ago getting her real first experience playing in the women's singles adults events. Had been playing in junior events for some time. Playing in the Chinese Super League on the same team as Chun Meng. Out here leading 1-0 over world number 1. And the forehand flip, dangerous once again. There are a lot of players waiting in the wings for the Chinese national team for the opportunity to become part of the Big Four. Power like this from the forehand, just amazing. Coach Zhang Qin watching very patiently but supportively from the side. The angles, she's pinning Ding Ning. When she gets this opening loop and Ding Ning starts chasing, on the wide wings, Ding Ning's blocks don't come back quite as fast. They're a little bit more defensive, less compact, as you would imagine. A little bit off the top of the net from Ding Ning. Not come down off the top edge of the racket. Yingsha over the table so quick. She can flip on both sides. She can loop from both sides. We've seen the power from the backhand. We've seen the misdirection in the placement on that very fluid forehand. Many have compared Yingsha's game to Waldner's. You can't get a much better compliment than that. One of the greatest players of all time and considered to be the greatest of all time by many. And at 16 years old, a player from the Chinese national team, creative, playing against world number 1, 11 years her senior. Ding Ning hangs sturdy for the top of the net recovery to block the next loop. Yingsha trying to change it up with the slower backhand at the end. So while Yingsha hasn't lost a game yet in the main draw, beautiful look there, the heavy side spin and slight topspin. She's going to pick up more topspin with every bounce on the table by the time the receiver gets it. As you can see here, carries up and out. One of very few players to do the reverse tomahawk serve. Kenta Matsudaira as well. Well-placed serve, kicking near the back edge of the table. Now remember, I talked to you before the match about the air conditioning. Yingsha is on the side that's a little bit more difficult to play right now. The advantage should be to Ding Ning. The placement right at the back edge of the table. You could even see the ball move because of the air of Ding Ning's racket coming past it. And one big forehand, not enough. Yingsha fast to anticipate and cover that wide forehand shot. She chases but quickly regains balance to recenter herself. Footwork, maybe the key ingredient. Of course, there's so many different factors that makes China ahead of the rest of the world. Last shot most powerful, but it's a bit low into the net. The aggressive drives from Yingsha. Now it's interesting, Ding Ning, far the fan favorite here with the long career. Now that's a combination I don't think anyone would see coming. Fast long serve to the backhand and one more shot from the backhand down the line even deeper. It's a very high-risk set of shots. Right idea, but the reach is out in front. Wide angle opportunity for the forehanded swing Yingsha. Ning in the lead now by 1 point. Softer shot from the backhand, plays it a little bit more cautiously from out in front, still taking it early, but as Ning backs off the table, a slower shot breaks the rhythm, leaves Ning an uncomfortable ball. Looks like maybe another reverse tomahawk here. Beautiful shot to the short side. At the very last moment, you can see reverse. Tough to tell which side of the racket she's going with. Straight up service point, Ning with 2 game points to take the first game against Swin Yingsha for anybody in the main draw. Heavy spin shot with the inside-out forehand to finish it. It leaves Ning frozen like a deer caught in headlights out there at the table. Look at this one more time. Shot to the middle gets Ning standing up for a moment, moving just a hair to the backhand side of the table. Swin Yingsha goes the other way. Try to get inside the mind of Swin Yingsha. Try to get inside her mind, but her mind is outside the box, so it's tougher to find. Top of the net and just long, game 2, Ning doing what no one has done since the preliminary rounds of this tournament, taking a game off of Swin Yingsha, and it's tied up 1 game apiece. We'll be back for game 3 right after this. Won 3 last week in the Japan Open final before coming back to win in game 7 against Chunmeng. Ning with the backhand counter action. Near the table, very effective. Again, a lighter racket now. Slightly faster strokes, keeping the racket a little bit higher. Ning with the tongue out for a minute, licking the lips, saying, okay, okay, no problem. Hey, it's us, hey, hey, hi ourselves. What a difficult receive. Sort of like a slow loop, somewhere between a forehand flip and an opening loop attack. Ning with the service placement, though, to deter the powerful opening receive. And now deep to the middle of the table. After getting Swin Yingsha in over the table, the patterns Ning is playing are very smart. Whoa, corner for corner. Swin Yingsha sending it right back as wide as can be. Even the coaches want to see the replay of this. That one was too good. Ning inside out and Swin Yingsha running reaches it. Ning still reaching, giving everything she can to try and cover this shot. Looking to lob it back up. Ball was off the top of the net now. Never hits Ning's side of the table. Ning's point. Just goes to show you how fast Swin Yingsha's shots are.
Net 4-2.
Heavy underspin on the pendulum serve, but subtle contact from Ning. And swinging shot, getting a little bit of fan action here from the crowd. Nice to hear. Ball dangles too long off the forehand side. Swinging shot with a nice full swing to start off the point on the receive. And now she's got 2 serves here. Chance to tie up the game if she can convert them both. Well-placed receive, topspin deep to the backhand corner from Ning. Rushing swinging Sha's third ball attack. Excellent parallel forehand from Ning. Now Ning, I would say her creativity is one thing that has kept her on top of the world at #1. For a while, Liu Shiwen, it seemed, had a winning record head-to-head. And a break off the top of the net as Ning runs away with this game, a 5-point lead. But the creativity and the unpredictable patterns, from deep serves to inside-out forehands and parallel shots. Swinging shot not able to get quite as comfortable as she was in game 1. Top of the net again for Ning. And this was some serious risk. Fast long serve out to the forehand from swinging shot. Not afraid to take a chance. 7 game points for the Queen of Hearts, Ning. Heavy topspin the opening backhand. We saw Ning put her hand on her shoulder there. And in doubles, she was also loosening up that left shoulder. As women's doubles champion once again. Have to wonder if there is a little bit of injury or fatigue. The spinny opening backhand, 11-4, a dominant performance in game 3, and Ning goes up 2-1 over Swing Yingsha. We'll be back for game 4 right after this. Body. Big point for Swing Yingsha after an 11-4 loss in the last game. Beautiful inside-out forehand, the signature once again. Now with the wingspan of Ning, if she can set up this third ball just like that, half-long serve, getting Swing Yingsha to question her decision on the receive. When you're playing defensively, you need to take the ball early to keep it short. Very difficult to play it from the baseline. Counter turning from the middle, Swing Yingsha getting the forehand back into play. And while we've seen her come back from down 1-3, the determination of Ning is unrivaled in the women's game. Again, back-to-back world championships as the singles world champion, the gold medalist, the Olympic Games in 2016, and a finalist in 2012 in London. Talk about experience and determination. Sometimes it's the tough losses. It could have been the 2012 Olympic gold medal match that really gets someone driven to come back even stronger, to work harder and make sure they finish the job. Power and placement deep to the backhand corner. Swing Yingsha within 1 point. The amount of, I'd say her hand is so fast. The racket action from the middle of the table. She's very loose swinging shot. Always looks like she has a loose grip of the racket between the shots in the rally. Sometimes you'll see her change to push and then drop the racket for a loop, change her mind twice before she hits the shot and still come up with a powerful ball. Big point for Ding Ning in the backhand-to-backhand rally. The Ding Ning fan club definitely more sizable, no question, than the Sun Yingsha fan club right now at this point in time. Oh, beautiful inside-out forehand to finish the angle. Sun Yingsha not afraid to take these risks. Play power right into the middle, gets Ding Ning standing up. This is a pattern we saw earlier in the game and a pattern you can expect at this level over and over again. Play to the middle, and as soon as she leans one direction, play to the now open spot on the table, which is the wide forehand. Excellent timing, Ding Ning taking that ball early for the wide angle. And again, a bold attempt as Sun Yingsha tries to go for the short side. Essentially an around the net attempt. Two big loops in a row. Sun Yingsha's racket speed just so high. Fans in the back giving their shout outs to you at home. A wave to the camera as Ding Ning leads by one with her second serve here. Received trouble, well-placed serve, half long to the forehand. And this is something that a lot of players have to develop with time, the confidence to flip, to get aggressive against the reverse tomahawk serve when it's half long. But that requires a really solid read and understanding of the spin on it. Clever idea, but Sun Yingsha not able to find the table. Much better answer when given time on the backhand side. Knows how to generate the power, tucks the wrist back into the stomach, and snaps through to get a very wristy, powerful backhand. Better idea here, still not able to control. Ding Ning changing up the placement long into the backhand side of the body. And the receive game is going to be crucial for the rest of this match for Sun Yingsha. 3 game points for Ding Ning to take a 3-1 lead. And goes back to the push. Ding Ning has had a lot of success with that reverse tomahawk all over the table, but especially half long to the forehand. And here it is once again. It's a 3-1 lead for Ding Ning, world number 1 over Sun Yingsha, the 44th seed in this tournament. Stick around, game 5 coming up after this. And as we come back for game 5, Ding Ning leading 3-1, a familiar score from last week in Japan when Sun Yingsha came back to win 3 games in a row and take the title. Can she repeat her performance here? Definitely a taller order against world number 1 than anybody else in the world. But the first 2 points definitely moving in the right direction for Sun Yingsha. Receive trouble once again, half long to the forehand. From pendulum to reverse tomahawk. The third ball has been trouble. Much better response. Open face of the racket, reads the spin well. Doesn't try to put a lot of spin on it, just uses Ding Ning's spin and plays it deep into the body. For Ding Ning to get that last shot back, so much experience. Anticipates, covers the wide forehand down the line. Ding Ning's so comfortable from her wide reach on both sides right now to even in the body. It's going to be difficult for Yingsha. That's one way to do it. Turn the corner and play it deep to the backhand. We see the racket speed from Yingsha. From the start of the match, she had it. Again, mostly the receive game has been the trouble. We'll see how these next two serves go. Last point, Yingsha was able to flip to get set up. Once again, reverse tomahawk, deep to the backhand this time. Still not a comfortable answer from Yingsha. From that camera angle, it appears that the ball was deep to the backhand once again. And a little bit less familiar to our TV viewers at home. The overhead bird's eye view. This is unfortunate for Yingsha to make such a wide shot to start. And the way the receive game's going, she's calling a timeout. She's gonna have to take every point she can on her serve because she can't depend on getting points on the receive right now. Probably about 75% or so of the points that Ding Ning is serving, she's winning. Maybe even more. So a 16-year-old alone in the corner. And while her coach is watching her, right now her coach is looking stressed in the stands, just thinking, man, I wish I could be there to offer her some advice. But this is how it goes. Much like a parent watching their child on the field of play out there on the table. At a certain point, you just have to let them live and learn and deal with it. So what's it gonna be? What's the answer for Yingsha on the receive? Sometimes taking a fast, long serve a little bit later, you read the spin better, and even though your shot isn't quite as threatening, the percentages go up, you can spin it, swinging. Ready to come over the table and be ready for the deep backhand as well. One of the things that makes Ding Ning's reverse tomahawk serve so effective is that it's a similar motion and it can end up anywhere on the table. Speaking of anywhere on the table, Yingsha holding back for a moment and playing it inside out to the forehand. Takes her time with this. Completely fools Ding Ning. But again, received trouble, and Ding Ning stepping back into the lead. For me, this is the right idea. She does exactly what we were just talking about. Turns to see the ball a little bit longer and loop it. But again, has to read the spin just right. At this level of play, if you can read the spin, usually you're able to answer. There's that back-arching backhand. Yingsha with the big opening power within 1 point. Opening forehand is spinny, but Ding Ning stays closed and gives it back out wide. Ball really jumps out, accelerating off the bounce with Ding Ning's little flick of the wrist for extra topspin. Receive, receive, receive. You can already feel what the practice is going to be as soon as this match finishes. But what a difficult thing to practice. Where can you really get experience receiving Ding Ning serves except for against Ding Ning? Better received, but not good enough to deter the third ball. It's predictable. Ding Ning turns the corner and earns herself 4 championship points. It could be the first defeat on the World Tour in the women's singles event for Yingsha. And it is a big win for Ding Ning, the first person to step up and put the foot down to stop Yingsha. And what a performance from the world champion. Once again, hand in the air, remains #1, taking a platinum World Tour event title here at the China Open. And you could see the stress relieved for just a moment as Yingsha has finally found her match. Not Liu Shiwen, not Chun Meng, but Ding Ning, the champion of the 2017 Women's Singles China Open. Enjoy the highlights and stick around. We've got an all-German battle, and it's an exciting one that's always close. It's Timo Boll versus Dmitry Ovtcharov coming up right after this. Stay here.